And it just keeps getting worse for the Cleveland Browns. Welcome back, everybody, to Mike Drop Sports. We don't normally talk about any other team here on the channel that much sometimes, but very rarely so. This is a little bit of a special occasion because it's involving such a dirtbag player. And things just keep getting worse and worse for the Cleveland Browns here. Last night, with the loss of Nick Chubb, we feel bad about that loss. He's a good player, good human. We don't want to see that happen. However, now the NFL is looking at every play. Deshaun Watson had a personal foul penalty last night, and they're reviewing it. And it looks to me, and it looks to many others, that Deshaun Watson is about to be suspended, and it should be a decent suspension because let's face it, guys, the league didn't get what they wanted when they suspended him the first time for all his sexual misconduct bullshit. So, the league and Roger Goodell, they got a hard on for old Deshaun Watson, no pun intended. But they do. And they're coming to get him, and they're going to get their man. And it's very apparent that they're looking to suspend him. And last night, he went and shoved an official. You can't shove officials. He looked frustrated. He looked like a guy that has no character. A quarterback is supposed to be the leader of a franchise, the guy that holds the team together, the guy that when adversity strikes, the team looks to him and says, hey, man, let's get it done, and they follow his lead. Deshaun Watson doesn't seem to be that guy. Yeah, there's reports, I guess. I don't follow the Browns as much, only when the Steelers play him typically. However, there's reports that Browns players say that he's a good locker room guy. But out in the real world, he seems to be a real dirtbag. And then to look and see how he played last night, he's had poor performances through 2 weeks. And then when adversity strikes this Browns unit, he's not able to bring them back. He's not able to keep them afloat. And the Pittsburgh Steelers took advantage of that poor play from the quarterback position, his inconsistencies, his inability to control his emotions. So if he's unable to control his emotions on the football field, guys, we know he's unable to control his emotions off of the football field. So that makes me even think more now that he's even more guilty of what people were accusing him of. And now I'm not saying he did or didn't do it, but it makes the arrow point that way. But with the NFL reviewing this stuff and coming down the pipe saying, hey, we're about to suspend him, is basically what they're telling you. They wouldn't be out there openly reviewing things, talking about it openly, if they weren't getting you prepared for something that's about to happen, and that's a suspension. And the league, like I said, really wanted to get a full year suspension out of that sexual misconduct suspension. They wanted a full year. Instead, they got 6 games, 8 games, 11 games, I don't know, whatever. I think he appeared in 6 games last year. So they didn't get that full season. They didn't. And now they're going to make up for it. They're going to get their full season out of him because he's going to be suspended, and the Browns are going to be in even a worse predicament than they were before with the loss of Nick Chubb. Sometimes you outsmart yourself and you think that the franchises, I feel like they outsmart themselves. Sometimes you're reaching for things and you think the grass is always greener. And I think maybe the Browns should have realized that maybe Baker Mayfield was the answer. Maybe they should have just rode it out with his arrogance and just kept him. At least he wasn't out there getting in trouble off the field legally, at least while he's in the NFL. He seemed to always be there when the team needed him. He seemed to really try to thrive for his teammates and try to, I don't know, really make a difference and be a leader. But sometimes teams reach, and I think the Browns franchise really took a big reach and they struck out. Now, they traded away, 3 first-rounders? Yes, it was to the Texans, and typically the Texans have floundered and they don't know what to do with those picks either, so they still suck. But hey, it is what it is. The Cleveland Browns are about to lose and lose again with their quarterback, Deshaun Watson, being gone. And what do I got to say? The fan base blows. The franchise blows. The whole 9 yards. Till next time. Peace.